Let's start. MTC. Day 22, Number 1. Since a great deal of day-to-day academic work is boring and repetitive, you need to be well motivated to keep doing it. A mathematician sharpens her pencils, works on a proof, tries a few approaches, gets nowhere, and finishes for the day. A writer sits down at his desk, produces a few hundred words, decides they are no good, throws them in the bin, and hopes for better inspiration tomorrow. To produce something worthwhile, if it ever happens, may require years of such fruitless labor. The Nobel Prize-winning biologist Peter Medawar said that about 4/5 of his time in science was wasted, adding sadly that nearly all scientific research leads nowhere. Peter Medawar 5:4. What kept all of these people going when things were going badly was their passion for their subject. Without such passion, they would have achieved nothing. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Day 22, Number 2. The philosopher G. A. Cohen provides an example of a camping trip as a metaphor for the ideal society. G. A. Cohen. On a camping trip, he argues, it is unimaginable that someone would say something like, "I cooked the dinner and therefore you can't eat it unless you pay me for my superior cooking skills." Rather, one person cooks dinner, another sets up the tent, another purifies the water, and so on, each in accordance with his or her abilities. All these goods are shared and a spirit of community makes all participants happier. A camping trip where each person attempted to gain the maximum rewards from the other campers in exchange for the use of his or her talents would quickly end in disaster and unhappiness. Moreover, the experience would be ruined if people were to behave in such a way. So, we would have a better life in a more equal and cooperative society. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Day 22, Number 3. Crows are a remarkably clever family of birds. They are capable of solving many more complex problems compared to other birds, such as chickens. After hatching, chickens peck busily for their own food much faster than crows, which rely on the parent bird to bring them food in the nest. However, as adults, chickens have very limited hunting skills, whereas crows are much more flexible in hunting for food. Crows also end up with bigger and more complex brains. Their extended period between hatching and flight from the nest enables them to develop intelligence. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Day 22, Number 4. Honesty is a fundamental part of every strong relationship. Use it to your advantage by being open with what you feel and giving a truthful opinion when asked. This approach can help you escape uncomfortable social situations and make friends with honest people. Follow this simple policy in life: never lie. When you develop a reputation for always telling the truth, you will enjoy strong relationships based on trust. It will also be more difficult to manipulate you. People who lie get into trouble when someone threatens to uncover their lie. By living true to yourself, you'll avoid a lot of headaches. Your relationships will also be free from the poison of lies and secrets. Don't be afraid to be honest with your friends, no matter how painful the truth is. In the long term, lies with good intentions hurt people much more than telling the truth. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Day 22, Number 5-6. Think of the most famous scientists you know: Isaac Newton, Louis Pasteur, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Pierre and Marie Curie, Stephen Hawking, and so on. Isaac Newton, Louis Pasteur, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Pierre Curie, Marie Curie, Stephen Hawking. What do all these people have in common? Well, for one thing, they're all very smart. In some cases they even taught themselves most of what they knew about their particular subject. In fact, Sir Isaac Newton had to invent a new branch of mathematics, calculus, just to solve the problems he was trying to do in physics. Isaac Newton. There is something else they all had in common that set them apart from the other smart people of their time: their ability to ask questions. Just having a good brain isn't always enough. To be a great scientist, you need to be able to look at a problem that hundreds, maybe even thousands, of people have already looked at and have been unable to solve, and ask the question in a new way. Then you take that question and come up with a new way to answer it. That is what made Newton and the others so famous. Newton. They coupled intelligence with a curiosity that said, "I want to know the answer to this." After coming up with the right questions, they discovered ways of answering those questions and became famous for their discoveries. Day 23. MTC. Good job.